You're laughing. She's laughing. The room hums in the background. That low buzz of voices, music, distraction. But something in the way she just looked at you, something felt different. You can't quite place it. She tucks her hair behind her ear, leaned in just a little too close. Was that ... nothing? Or was it everything? You probably smiled, politely, maybe cracked another joke. She smiled back. And then, you walked away. Clueless. See, here's what nobody tells you when you're growing up. Women rarely say it out loud. Not at first. Not when it matters. Attraction doesn't walk up to you and announce itself. It sneaks in quietly, through glances, body language, the tiniest changes in tone or timing. While you're looking for signs written in bold letters, she's whispering them, hoping you're one of the few who can hear . And if you're like most guys, you've missed more of those whispers than you'll ever realize. Because no one teaches you this language. Not your boys, not school, definitely not Hollywood. You were probably taught to wait for obvious interest, or don't make it weird. But here's the brutal truth. By the time she makes it obvious, it's already too late. The door she left cracked open has already closed. She gave you an opening. You just didn't see it. Women are conditioned to be subtle. From a young age, they learn to hint instead of declare, to suggest instead of pursue. Why? Because the world often punishes them for being direct. So they mastered a different game. One made of silent signals, of testing without words, of attraction. Wrapped in plausible deniability. It's not manipulation. It's survival. It's strategy. And if you're not fluent in this hidden language, you're walking blind through a world full of open doors disguised as passing moments. That girl who laughed just a little too hard at your joke. The one who kept bumping into you at the party. The classmate who sat just a little closer than necessary. None of it was random. None of it was coincidence, but you didn't know how to see it. Until now, most guys never learn this. They keep missing the signs, wondering why it never works out, telling themselves she just wasn't interested. But you're different. You're here. You're paying attention. That already sets you apart. So from now on, when she leans in, even slightly, hold her gaze for one extra beat. Just one. You'll be shocked what that tiny moment reveals. Because this is the language of attraction. And it's time you started speaking it fluently. You're sitting in a coffee shop. It's one of those places where the air smells like roasted beans and soft pastries, and the hum of quiet conversations makes everything feel cinematic. You're scrolling on your phone, half present when you feel it. That subtle sensation, like someone's eyes are on you. You glance up. She's there, sitting 2 tables away, phone in hand. But her eyes meet yours for just a moment. Then, just as quickly, she looks down, back to her screen. Nothing dramatic. Barely noticeable, really. Your brain fires up. Was that real? Was she just scanning the room? Maybe she was bored. But before you can talk yourself out of it, it happens again. Her eyes rise. They find you. She freezes, just for a breath, then quickly looks away. And that right there? That's the first signal most men miss. The double glance test. It's ancient, primal. A woman's way of dipping her toes into the water of possibility without fully jumping in. One glance could mean anything. Curiosity, boredom, distraction. But two is instinctual. You see, when a woman's interested, her brain lights up with dopamine, the chemical of desire and anticipation. But society teaches her to avoid being obvious. So she does what feels safe. She looks, then looks away, pretending it was nothing. But that lingering curiosity, it forces her eyes back. She looks away. She looks again. You thought she was just bored, maybe distracted. But inside her head, she's running a silent calculation. Is it safe Does he notice? Does he pass the test? And here's where most guys fail. They catch the first glance. They look away too quickly, nervous, unsure. They start fidgeting, overthinking. And by the time she looks back, they're gone, physically or emotionally. But not you. You know better now. The guy who passes this test doesn't panic. He doesn't flinch. He stays steady, calm, present. Because confidence isn't about chasing. It's about holding your ground. So next time you catch that first glance, relax. Let her look away. Wait. And when she glances back, that's your moment. Don't stare her down. Don't smirk like some cartoon villain. Just let a small, subtle smile touch your face. Almost like you're sharing an inside joke with yourself. It changes everything. That tiny smile tells her you saw her, that you're aware, that you are in control. Without needing to chase. It's like flipping a switch inside her brain. She feels seen. And suddenly, she's the one wondering about you. Remember, most guys crumble here. They get nervous. They overthink. They let the moment pass. But you're different. You're the guy who notices. The guy who holds steady. The guy who wins. So next time you catch her looking twice, let it happen. Smile, just enough to intrigue. Because now you've passed her first test. And the game has only just begun. Let's shift the scene. You're at a house party. Music thumping in the background. People clustered in conversations, red cups in hand. You're mid-story, and she's right there, laughing at your joke, leaning just close enough to make you question everything. Then it happens. She playfully swats your arm. Maybe it's a mock. Stop it after something funny. Harmless, right? Just a joke. Just friendly. But you feel it. The warmth of her hand lingering for just a split second longer than necessary. She laughs, but her hand stays, resting, holding, half a heartbeat longer than it needs to. And in that tiny pause, everything changes. See, this is where most guys get it wrong. You tell yourself, she's just touchy. She's playful with everyone. I'm reading too much into it, but here's the truth. Women test through touch. It's ancient wiring. Touch is risky. It breaks the barrier between just people and something more. So she initiates lightly. A brush of your arm, a playful shove, fixing your collar. But here's the key. Friendly girls touch and pull away fast. Interested girls linger. That slight delay? That's everything. It's her subconscious checking for chemistry, seeing if you feel it too. And here's the cruel twist. Most guys freeze in this moment. They get so caught up in their heads. Was that accidental? Did she mean to? Should I say something? That they completely miss the moment. They stiffen up, pull back, laugh awkwardly, and just like that, the window closes. But you won't freeze anymore. Because now you know what's happening. When her hand lingers, when that playful touch stays just a beat too long, she's giving you the green light to lean in. Emotionally, physically, energetically. She's showing you she's comfortable with closeness. And she's seeing if you are too. So here's what you do. Don't flinch. Don't act surprised. Relax into it. And if you really want to take it further, subtly mirror her. If she touches your arm, let your hand rest gently on hers for just a second before continuing the conversation, like it's the most natural thing in the world. This isn't about being aggressive or making a bold move. It's about matching her energy, telling her without words, I see you. I feel it too. That tiny response? It sends a ripple through her system. She'll feel the tension shift. The spark grows stronger. Because now, instead of testing, she's experiencing connection. Most men will never notice this. They'll chalk it up to coincidence or miss it entirely. But you're not most men. You've learned to notice what others ignore. Next time she lingers, don't pull away. Match it. Mirror it. Watch what happens, because in that quiet touch, the entire story changes. Now picture this. You're deep in conversation. Maybe it started light. Small talk, casual banter, easy laughs. But somewhere along the way, something shifts. You don't quite notice it at first. It's subtle, almost too subtle. But suddenly, her words start slowing down. Her voice softens, drops just a little. She's still talking, but the energy is different. The sharp, playful tone fades into something smoother, slower, almost like honey dripping from her lips, every word pulling you in just a little more. And here's the wild part. You probably thought she was just tired. Maybe the mood got more serious. Maybe she's just relaxing, right? Wrong. What you're hearing isn't fatigue. It's attraction.c. This signal isn't one she consciously controls. It's primal, unconscious, deeply rooted in human mating. Psychology. When a woman feels drawn to you, her body starts shifting naturally into a more feminine state. Her nervous system slows her speech. Her voice softens. Her words stretch out, not because she's bored, but because she's tuning herself to your frequency. It's biology at work. She's not trying to seduce you on purpose, not in some cartoonish, exaggerated way. It's her subconscious dialing into the rhythm of intimacy. Fast becomes slow. Sharp becomes soft. Tension becomes connection. But here's the trick. Most guys never notice it. They keep charging forward, plowing through the conversation, missing the moment completely. They think she's zoning out or losing interest, when in reality, she's inviting them to slow down with her. She's handing you the map too, emotional connection. And here's where you win. The guy who notices this doesn't just sit there passively. He adapts. He shifts with her. When her voice slows, you match her pace. You soften your tone just slightly. You take a little more time between your words, letting the air stretch just enough to create subtle tension. You're not dragging the conversation. You're deepening it. You're meeting her where she's already leading you. And the moment you do this, everything changes. She feels it instantly. That unspoken alignment. Suddenly, the conversation isn't just about words anymore. It's about energy, chemistry, shared space. Most men bulldoze through this, never realizing what they lost. But you're sharper now. You've unlocked something few ever do. Next time you notice her voice soften, her words slow, follow her lead. Match her pace. Drop your voice just a notch. Watch how quickly the air between you changes. Because now, you're not just talking. You're creating connection. And she'll feel it in every word. You're sitting across from her. Maybe at a dinner table. Maybe in a park. Maybe just lounging with friends. You're relaxed, leaning back just slightly, arms resting casually. And then, it happens. She mirrors you. At first, you don't notice. You shift your weight, leaning a little to the left. A few seconds later, so does she. You cross your legs casually, not thinking much of it. And soon after, almost like clockwork, her legs follow suit, crossed, angled toward you. Coincidence? Maybe. Or at least that's what you'd think. But here's the truth. It's anything but coincidence. What you're witnessing is one of the deepest, most powerful subconscious signals of attraction. Microbody mirroring. Women don't even realize they're doing this. It's not a trick. It's not some pickup technique they read online. It's instinctive, hardwired. When we feel a deep sense of connection or rapport with someone, romantic or otherwise, we naturally begin to synchronize with them. Our bodies align. Our gestures echo. Our breathing even starts to match. It's human nature's way of saying, I feel safe with you. I feel drawn to you. But most guys, they never catch it. They assume it's random. They chalk it up to coincidence, or they're too distracted by their own nerves to even notice. But you're sharper now. The moment you notice her subtly matching your body language, leaning in when you lean in, resting her hand where yours just was, mirroring your posture, you're seeing a sign that's louder than words. It means you're in her psychological orbit. And here's the beauty of it. This isn't just about noticing. It's about knowing what to do when you see it. Most men either ignore it or accidentally break the rhythm by fidgeting nervously. But not you. When you catch her mirroring you, test it. Shift slightly. Maybe lean back a little more. Scratch your chin. Cross your arms slowly. Watch what happens. If she follows again, even subtly, she's locked in. Her body is literally syncing with yours. That's your moment of power. Your moment to deepen the connection. Because now you know she's already attuned to you. Most guys will never see this. They'll keep missing these moments, wondering why some interactions feel electric and others fizzle out. But you're tuned in now. So next time you catch her mirroring your body language, don't second guess it. Lean in a little more. Speak a little softer. Watch her follow, because that's not coincidence. That's chemistry, playing out right in front of you. You're sitting across from her, maybe at a small cafe, the kind where the tables are just a little too close, where conversations feel like secrets whispered into coffee cups. There's a small purse on the table between you, maybe her phone propped up next to it, her arms crossed lightly in front of her body. At first glance, it seems normal, casual, comfortable enough. But then, something shifts. She moves her purse aside, clearing the space between you. Her arms uncross, hands now resting openly on the table. Her legs, once tucked or crossed defensively, subtly uncurl, angling slightly toward you. You probably wouldn't think much of it in the moment. You'd assume she's just getting comfortable, settling in. But you'd be missing the entire point. Because in female psychology, barriers mean everything. See, women, consciously or not, place barriers between themselves and others as subtle protection. It's a subconscious way of creating distance, of signaling that they're not yet fully open, not yet fully comfortable. A phone, a bag, crossed arms, a coffee cup clutched tightly to her chest. These aren't just random objects or idle positions. They're shields. Tiny walls she uses to guard her space and test the waters. But when she begins removing them, that's your signal. It means she feels safe enough to let those walls down. She's creating space for you, physically and emotionally. Barriers go up when she's guarded. Barriers come down when she's attracted. It's one of the clearest, yet most overlooked signs of interest there is. And here's where most guys miss the mark. They keep talking, unaware of what just happened. They think she's just adjusting her chair or moving her bag for comfort. They don't notice the subtle invitation, the space she just created, inviting them in closer, but not you. Now, when she moves that purse aside, when her arms unfold, when her legs uncross and her body subtly angles toward you, she's saying, without words, I feel safe here. I want to let you in. And that's your cue. You don't need to make a bold move. You don't need to pounce or dramatically change the mood. All you need to do is lean in just slightly, not aggressively, not desperately. Just a subtle shift, enough to acknowledge the space she's offered. And watch what happens. The energy shifts. The connection deepens. Most men remain blind to this. They sit there, oblivious, while she's quietly opening the door. But you're not most men. Next time you notice her breaking those barriers, lean in just a little, match her. Openness. Because that's not just a comfortable seating adjustment. That's an unspoken invitation. Straight to her world. It always starts the same way. A casual conversation. Light banter. No pressure. Then, without warning, she reaches up and starts playing with her hair, twirling it around her fingers, smoothing it behind her ear, or running her hand down the length of it slowly, as if it's just a nervous habit. She adjusts her necklace, fidgets with the rings on her fingers, smooths out invisible creases on her skirt or sleeve. Little movements. Almost absent dash-minded dot, and here's where most guys completely miss it. You probably think she's just fidgety. Or maybe you chalk it up to nerves, boredom, or simple habit. But that's not what's really happening here. What you're witnessing is one of the oldest, most primal signs of attraction in human behavior. Self-grooming. It's hardwired. Deep. INSTINCTUAL. In the animal kingdom, it's called preening. Birds do it. Mammals do it. Humans do it. 2. When a woman feels attraction, her subconscious kicks in. She starts preparing herself to be seen in the best light possible. That nervous hair twirl? It's not random. It's an ancient behavior linked to femininity, softness, and flirtation. That slight adjustment of her jewelry or smoothing of her clothes. It's her subconscious saying, "Look at me. I want to look good for you." And here's the key. Most women don't even realize they're doing it. It's subtle, unconscious, and powerful. But here's the magic. Now that you know, you can spot it instantly. When you notice her starting to play with her hair more frequently around you, or adjusting her appearance mid-conversation, you're seeing a silent spark igniting in real time. Most guys would dismiss it. They'd stay lost in their words, thinking it's all in their head. But you're sharper than that now. And here's the move that changes everything. Next time you notice her doing this, pause. Hold her gaze for just a second longer. Then, with a calm, confident smile, offer a subtle compliment. Nothing cheesy. Nothing over the top. Something simple, direct, warm. You look really good tonight. That small acknowledgement of her efforts, even if subconscious, amplifies the connection instantly, because now she knows you see her. And more importantly, she knows you get it. Most men will never pick up on this. But you're not most men. You've learned to read her hidden language. And now, you're fluent. It's the end of the night. The conversation has run its course. The laughter has softened. The crowd is thinning out, and it's that familiar moment when everyone starts gathering their things, making moves toward the door, signaling the night is over. You stand, offering a casual goodbye, expecting her to do the same. She smiles, but she doesn't leave. Instead, she lingers. Maybe she adjusts her jacket slowly, still standing near you. Maybe she says something trivial, something that doesn't really need to be said, just to keep the words flowing between you. Maybe she just stands there, smiling softly, eyes locked with yours, as if waiting for something. Most guys miss this completely. They assume she's just being polite, that she's not in a rush, that she's waiting for an Uber or letting others go first. They tell themselves, she's just nice like that. But what's actually happening here is far more revealing. This is one of the most powerful, overlooked signs of attraction. The lingering goodbye. See, women aren't always going to boldly ask you to stay longer. They won't always directly say, "I don't want this moment to end," but their body will. When she lingers after the moment should have ended, she's leaving space for you to take the lead. She's giving you the chance to extend the night, to continue the connection, to step through the open door she's quietly holding for you. Her body leaves, but her heart stays, and most guys, they let her walk away, completely unaware that they just missed their biggest window of opportunity. But you're different. The next time this happens, here's exactly what you do. Notice it, feel it, and instead of rushing to say goodbye, lean into it. Ask her one playful, low-pressure question. Something light, maybe even teasing. "So, you're really gonna leave me hanging like that?" Watch her reaction. More often than not, you'll see her smile widen, her body relax, her energy pull back toward you. Because what she was really waiting for was you. Most guys never see it, but you do now. Now, let's rewind everything we just uncovered. Because the truth is, these signs aren't loud. They're not obvious. And that's exactly why most men miss them. But not you. You've seen behind the curtain now. You've learned to spot the signals most guys will keep walking past for the rest of their lives. Here's your quick-fire mental checklist, a silent playbook you'll carry with you wherever you go. First, the double glance test. She looks at you, looks away, but she can't help glancing back. That's your green light. Then touches that linger. Playful shoves, accidental brushes, but her hand stays just a second too long. She's testing your comfort with closeness. Next, the voice. Shift. Watch for her pace slowing, her voice dropping softer. That's not boredom. That's her tuning herself to your wavelength. Then comes micro-body mirroring. You lean back. She leans back. You cross your arms. She does too. Her body is syncing with yours, unconsciously pulling you into alignment. Barrier breaking. She moves her purse, uncrosses her arms, angles toward you. The walls are coming down, and you've been invited in. Self-grooming. Twirling her hair, adjusting her jewelry, smoothing her clothes. That's her subconscious way of saying, I care how I appear to you. And finally, the lingering goodbye. The moment's over, but she doesn't leave. She stalls. She lingers. She's waiting for you to notice. These are the 7 silent signals she sends. When she wants you, remember, most men will stay blind to them forever. But you see clearly now. The next time you're in the moment, pay attention, because now, you'll never miss it again.